No, I was just gonna say this is stupid.
It's a flaming ball of bullshit flying down the highway at 200 miles per hour.
You got that right. I can't argue with you on that. I mean, damn, man. I even read some Ghost Rider. Look, I'm a nerd. I ain't trying to act like I'm above this movie, but there's just some comics you just can't make into a movie.
Well, come on, man. I mean, I'm like every comic book fan out there. I know who Ghost Rider is, but I can't remember a single issue of even other ones I read. I mean, he's just one of those characters who's, you remember, hey, he's a flaming skull, and the movie got that right, and everything else is like, eh.
Well, the thing is, you're right. It's a man with a skeleton for a head, and not only is it a skeleton for a head, but it's a flaming skeleton for a head. Now that'd be cool if he was like in another world, or he was mysterious and people didn't know if he existed or not. But this motherfucker's riding through the city, melting buildings and cars, and the police are investigating this, and it's like, nah, I can't buy this.
Look, please, for the love of God, can we put a moratorium on superhero films in which nobody in the movie has ever heard of a superhero before? We've gotten to the point where we've got dozens of superhero movies, and they're all split between like 4 different studios. And the same studios are putting out several different superhero films, but what? This must be another superhero, like Spider-Man, Can we not have, Can we not, interlace it a bit? Can we bring in J. Jonah Jameson to, who is this Ghost Rider?
I don't think this movie could have stood another superhero because Ghost Rider just filled the whole screen. Man, I gotta say, I think this was just the coolest movie in the world to my 10-year-old self. But once I turned 11, this became the dumbest piece of shit I ever seen. I mean, you know what? This movie, to me, this is when I see a bad movie, this is everything I want to see in a bad movie. I want it to be so bad that I'm laughing my ass off the whole time through it. I mean, this should have been called Cheesy Rider because every bit of the dialogue was it was so cheesy that there was never a time when they could have taken a cheesy path and passed on it. Every time they went with the corniest thing possible.
The dialogue. How about, let's talk about the pissed off emo kid villains, okay? Let's talk about this whole subplot where this emo kid Angel is pissed off at his dad, Satan. It's like, I don't like you anymore, so I'm taking over, so I'm going to get my well-dressed friends to go and fight Ghost Rider, and then they're just going to stand there in front of Ghost Rider while Ghost Rider whips a chain around them, and then they're going to scream and disappear.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Dad?
Yeah.
I learned it from you, Dad. It's funny because they're all dressed up in these long duster coats. I remember, like, back when cowboys wore those, I thought they were so cool. And watch this movie, I go like, wow, that's really so very gay.
Yeah, it's like, okay, first of all, the story with Ghost Rider is...
Wait, there was a story?
Yeah, but there was the bare minimum. There was a ghost of a story here. The thing is that there's okay, you got Johnny Blaze, right? Wow, his last name is Blaze. Okay, that's a comic book thing. It goes back to the comics. I'm not going to complain about that too much. But he makes a deal with the devil to save his dad. Of course, the devil pulls some trick in, and then Johnny Blaze can't ever have any girlfriends. He can't have a life. He can't have a family. So now all he can do is just wait for the devil to, have him do his bidding. So what does he do? Well, one day he just turns into a skull, and then he starts talking in puns whenever he's around evil. That's what happens. His head erupts in flames, and he talks in puns.
And those special effects, I do have to say, were amazing. I mean, how realistic did Eva Mendes look? It was amazing. She looked so lifelike, although the wardrobe department couldn't find the top 3 buttons on a single shirt.
You took what I was going to say, man. It's like she could not, she let her cleavage do the acting for her.
Hey,
acting, she sounds like a porn star made good. I mean, she's literally walking through every line like this.
Yeah,
Ghost
this movie.
Rider.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean to step on your line.
Hey, I don't know about y'all, but that's the only thing I thought was good about this movie.
I ain't complaining. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I mean, and I'm hoping those were natural and not any special effects.
If you
I don't care.
If you like inflatable dolls, maybe, but
But come on, man. Jumping on his name. I mean, wait.
Oh, I was. Oh,
sorry.
I was gonna do inflating while you were doing.
Oh, I thought you was taking a snort of coke real quick out of a snifter.
No, I don't like Coke. I just like the way it smells. Man. I mean, the thing is, when you're born with the name Johnny Blaze, you don't have a choice in life other than to be a Ghost Rider or a porn star. And unfortunately, he went the Ghost Rider way. And we
Wait,
stuck with it.
unfortunately, do you want to see Nicolas Cage porn? We saw him with his shirt off once. Did you really want to see more than that?
That's right. I'm like, I could either have a flaming skull for a head, or I could be all up in some porn star. I think that's an easy decision right there.
Flaming skull for a head, easy.
I mean, I ain't talking about, I could have the other flaming head down there, but but man, I mean, this movie, you're right. I don't want to go back too far, but it's like this movie, instead of Eva Mendes, it should have said starring Eva Mendes's breast, Eva Mendes's cleavage. Because she was bad in this movie, and she's not a bad actress.
She was awful. She has never been this bad. She literally sounds like a porn star delivering lines. It's awful.
What the thing with her that I felt like in this movie, like she thought she was in a different movie because she seemed to be acting like she was in some kind of romantic comedy while. Granted, it was a comedy unintentionally. So, but everybody else, some people were in an action movie, some people in a horror movie, and in the end, it wasn't really a combination of any of that.
No, and I mean the thing is, the movie, nothing really works. I mean, it's slick, but it's slick to the point of mundane and having no character. It's Hollywood slick. It's just generic almost, and I expected, if nothing else, look. The reason why Ghost Rider is popular at all is because he looks cool.
Right.
That's all. I mean, and I gotta admit, for a character like that, they can make it work fine, but they brought it to the screen and the technology, I guess it just ain't ready yet. Ghost Rider looked like it's a guy that's supposed to be really enjoying wreaking vengeance on evil. But in this, like every time he got off that motorcycle, it looked like he was walking with a stick in his ass. He was all stiff.
He's a Robo Skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was so stiff. And did you notice how often Nicolas Cage pointed? Ghost Rider Nicolas Cage just pointed. They just stood there real stiff and pointed. Pointed at Satan. Pointed at the bad guys. Pointed at everybody. Pointed at his dad. Just pointing.
Yeah, no, they're going to have him on a I want you poster next,
Yeah, it's like, dude, that's rude.
No, he's his generation's Harrison Ford.
Oh, don't say that. Damn.
The finger of doom.
Okay, I don't know if y'all laughed, but like, okay, his dad dies, but the fact that like he was this fantastic motorcycle jump, he's like Evel Knievel, yet he just wiped out and he just died from that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like some big jump he took. He wiped out before he went up the ramp, and it's like, he's dead.
Yeah, I mean, I expected him to fall into the flames or something. Instead, he just fell, and he didn't break his neck because he had that one last look at Johnny Blaze before he died. Like, son.
Okay, can we talk about some of the supporting characters? Because some of them were good or fun.
Tell me,
because like Donald Logue, Donald Logue was fun.
Yeah.
He was fun, but Peter Fonda as the devil. How campy and cheesy. I mean, when he was having a battle of the cheese with the emo kid, it was hard to judge who won. Because his emo kid's son is like, and Peter Fonda's like, and it was awful.
Yeah, Peter Fonda, man, he must have made a deal with the devil himself to get in this movie.
I'm sorry, you guys. I mean, I know he's a man, a myth, and a legend, but Peter Fonda is a terrible actor. I mean, every time I see him in something, I remember everybody made a big deal about Yuli's Gold, and I'm like, well, he's very stiff. I suppose he's supposed to be channeling his dad, I guess. But everything I've seen him in after that, I'm like, no, he's not acting stiff. He just can't act.
The only reason he's in this movie is because it's a motorcycle movie. And if you need an old actor to play the devil in a motorcycle movie, you get Peter Fonda.
Now, to everybody's credit, too, I don't want to blame everybody as being bad actors in this movie because there's no way you could be good with this dialogue.
True.
I mean, it was terrible. And,
my personal favorite line, dirtbag.
What, when he was like...
When he's fighting the guy made of earth and sand, and he calls him dirtbag, and then everyone's calling him... He's got, Sam Elliott calling him bonehead, and all this dialogue feels like, we're so clever with our puns, and you're just sitting there going, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
How you feeling, Ryder? Well, my skulls feel like it's on fire, but other than that, I'm all right.
I was like, is this a movie or is this a pun off? I mean, the thing is, though, is that really the I don't want to just talk trash about this movie, but it's almost as if some 14-year-old goth kid wrote this script. I mean, that's how the dialogue is. They thought this character was so cool, and they think they can just get by on like the character looking cool. And no, you can't do that. I mean, and that's the only good thing I can say about this movie. If you're like 14 years old and you wear a cape or a trench coat to school, then this might be the movie for you. I'll even give you 16 if you're a little geeky and you're an outsider. Because, but if you like this movie beyond 16, you are on the road to being a retarded person.
Well, I think it's more for the goth wannabes, because I think like an actual goth might go like, not so much. But the kid who, like you said, who's 14, who wants to get in with him, who's playing that little lick spittle, he's putting on the black fingernail paint and try to hang with him, and they just like won't let him in the club. This is the guy who wrote this. This is the guy who will like this movie.
Yeah, and I know Johnny. I was about to call him Johnny Blaze. I know Nicolas Cage loves
Comic books.
He loves comic books. He loves Ghost Rider. He's got a tattoo of Ghost Rider on his shoulder or somewhere, on his ass or something. I don't know. But I mean,
it's like, dude, you're 40. Deal with it.
Yeah, I think he might have been just a little too old to play this role.
Well, but you got it. I'm going to give him a little leeway on that. He's been trying to play a superhero for well over a decade now, and he finally got his shot. That was that he was gunning for it. He was gunning for it. Wasn't going to happen. And then we need somebody to play Ghost Rider. Well, Nicolas Cage has been looking for. I get to play Ghost Rider. I'll get it. I'll get a tattoo.
Right? They're like, man, everybody has turned this script down. Even Paul Walker. Yeah, but Nicolas Cage is desperate. I see a plan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In hell, is it necessary? Is that all they have? Is leather and trench coats?
Yeah, pretty much.
Chains.
And chains.
I just realized Ghost Rider is actually a good omen. What's Nicolas Cage's next film? Because whatever it is, it's going to be good.
That's right. He makes one good one, one bad one, one good one, one bad one.
And this is the bad one.
Oh, okay. Well, thank God for that then. If there's any saving grace in this thing. Can we think of anything else good to say about it? We just been ragging on it. I like to be fair and find something good to say.
I know Martin completely. Oh, let me try that again. Okay. I know Leon totally disagrees with me on this, but I loved Sam Elliott in this movie. Just every time Sam Elliott opened his mouth and told us the legend of the Ghost Rider, I was like an 8-year-old kid just sitting in front of Grandpa listening. It was awesome.
8-year-old kid, you hear that? That's what you need to be to enjoy this movie. Sam Elliott was cornier than an Iowa septic tank. Everything he said, it really.
Wait. No, I'm not going to let you slide
laugh
with that one. We're complaining about the puns, and you just threw that at us.
What? How's that a pun?
Cornier than an Iowa septic tank?
Yeah, it's a joke making a point. It's not a pun.
He's not the Ghost Rider. Yeah. He's allowed to do that.
Man, I wish I could say something good about this movie. All I can say is like, it was never boring. I was entertained, not the way they intended me to be. But hey, of all the bad movies I've seen, it's one of my favorites. To me, it's like I said, it's a movie that's so bad it's almost good again.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. We did have fun watching it. We had fun just laughing through the whole thing because it is ridiculous, and who knows? Maybe they meant for it to be that way. If you did, you hit your mark. Congratulations.
Hey,
but go ahead.
Not just ridiculous, goddamn ridiculous.
Yeah, no, this is some old bullshit. I hate to say it, but you know what? I'm glad you brought up Sam Elliott because you're right. He's the only one who's really trying to go through this with any dignity, and I feel bad for him because they got him looking like the old geezer looking for gold. It's a good thing he has that cool voice because you could easily go back and dub it in and be like, "Yep, Ghost Rider, there's gold in them there hills. Yuck, yuck, yuck." It's like, come on, man. He's trying to be all cool, and they put him in this old yippity yap outfit.
He's exactly like Jeremy Irons in Aragorn, or Aragon or whatever it was, where he's like, you know what, this is a piece of crap, but I'm gonna act the hell out of it. And like Brian Blessed in Flash Gordon, the Hookman dive, and everyone else is like, I'm Flash Gordon, and we must stop, the evil, and he die. Yeah. That's Sam Elliott here. He's trying.
Yeah.
That's what makes it even sadder. Because with Eva Mendes, like, I know she wasn't trying. Like, she just didn't give a damn. She's like, as long as the check clears, I don't care. But Sam Elliott was like, this could be my last chance, and I'm going to give it all I got.
Yeah.
Like, he really was the last Ghost Rider.
Oh, that's the other thing. Whenever he says something, Sam Elliott, a guitar plays. Like a Mexican guitar. Whenever he starts, he's like,
have you never had a conversation with Sam Elliott? That's how it really happens. I had lunch with Sam Elliott once, and I'm sitting there talking to him, and every time his voice comes up, I hear,
Well, he got the guitar in the beginning when Peter Fonda shows up. How often was thunder going to go off? I'm like, thunder, thunder. Every line that got spoken between those two characters, a clap of thunder. I'm like, y'all, there should be some rain by now with all this thunder.
Oh, this movie is one big cliche. That's all. It's one big flaming cliche. I mean, it's everything. No, it's like no one really tried. And I'm gonna say my line over again because I think I stuttered over some words, but I'll say it again. You know, if you're 14 years old and you got a trench coat or perhaps a cape that you wear to class, maybe you got some bats in your pocket or something, you know, you might like this movie. But outside of that, it's hard for me to say anything good. I wish I could. The most I expected was Ghost Rider to at least look cool. You know what I mean? It's like I expected him to come out and just be all fluid and doing cartwheels or something. I don't know, but
when I look at the trailer, I analyze this, and it was exactly what I expected on the low end to that degree. And even the idea of a biker with a flaming skull, it's one of those things that's like, it sounds cool at first, but even if you saw it for real and it was as cool as it could be, still within 10 minutes you'd be like, it's kind of silly.
Yeah, it's a really hard thing to bring to the screen. I'm not saying it cannot be done, but they just didn't do it with this. You didn't try hard enough. So
yeah,
I just feel real bad for Nicolas Cage because he was acting his ass off in this because he really wanted to do it. I'm not saying he came across that way. I mean, I'm not saying he did a good job. I'm just
okay, because he really did. He really wanted to do this movie. He never got to do Superman, and he never got to do Iron Man. So now he's in his 40s. He's like, this is my last shot. And I guess he went for it as best he could. But I know what movie he was acting in. Everybody was in a different movie, it seemed like.
Yeah. It's almost like he went in to audition for the role, and he's like, look, I'll set my head on fire for real if I don't get this, So.
Well, it's between you or Michael Jackson, so.
What that mean? What? Oh my!
It was one of these things where Nicolas Cage came in. I said, it's one of these things where Nicolas Cage came in. He had prepared. He said, okay, this is how I see the character, and I want to try to play him like this. And say he's from like the northern part of Tennessee, and the director is like, sure, Val, whatever you want to do, that's fine. Yeah. Don't care.
Yeah.
I want to see Andy Dick's audition tape for, so I hear this is about a flaming motorcycle rider. Hey.
I thought we were going to get through this without making a gay joke, but apparently.
Hell no. I was holding that in the whole time, and it's like, okay, fine, if we're going there, let's do it.
Okay, I'm not trying to be mean here, but seriously, how many gay people do you think tried out for this role before Nicolas Cage? Nicolas Cage wanted this role bad. I mean, I think he would have set his head on fire for real to get the part. Hey,